understand, which is also possibly an experience you've had. You're wanting to explain something to somebody and you keep telling them about it, which is still, you're feeding their need to want to understand this thing that they're already searching for. Even when you're not here, you're feeding that. And then someone else goes and says it to them. And then because they get and like the way this person is explaining it to them, and you've already helped feed that need, and now they've had that need fed by someone they like, they understand. And they're like, oh, yeah, RJ said that last week, and I just didn't understand it, but you just said the same thing, and that made perfect sense. So in that too, if you find any of the information on this channel is like the way I'm saying it, but you still end up watching the video, see if you can find other videos talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. It'll make more sense. So I just really want to get that video out. Based off of the things that I talked about, we'll be going into filler words, which are just kind of like phrases that you hear very often. Coming down, coming off the top, yeah, words, phrases, ad-libs, sounds that someone may use to get back on the beat, or if they lose themselves, or if they lose a train of thought, they're able to use that because it's a familiar thing to them to then center themselves and come back from that point. So my end of lesson requirements for this one would be, I want you to just get, if you have one, a tape recorder and just rap, or even just speak. And if you speak or rap, see how many times you say the same words or same phrases, or if you have a certain rhyme scheme that you keep going to over and over again. If you'd rather write, same thing with writing. If you already have pre-recorded material or things that you've already written, see if you seem to stay in a similar topic or subject or theme, and how long it normally takes for you to break from that, or how many pieces or recordings don't fit into that wheelhouse. If you don't have any of those, see if you can look up any interviews or information by typing freestyle rap into the search browser of your choice, and just listen to people talk about their experiences with freestyling. I might record another episode right now, but I also might just leave this one the way it is. If that all came out like super incoherent, my apologies. Please feel free in the comments to ask me to expound on any points that may have been like, hey, you started talking about this and then you jumped to this, and then I can do that in another video. Or if you just like the video the way it was, also appreciate that. I'll add another class norm here. So we have 3. One is self-study, because studying on your own, researching on your own is important. 2, we have self-love, because the way we communicate ourselves to ourselves, which is also what freestyling is and can be for a lot of people, is important. And 3, self-motivation. So if you can mentally rehearse, if you can see yourself freestyling the same way that an athlete, an Olympian, a league athlete, even someone you might know who's super good at whatever sport, or it doesn't even have to be a sport. If you know someone who's super good at what they do, talk to them and see if you can figure out what it is that they're doing. Because a lot of these people, literally in their head, they'll visualize what it is they'd like to achieve, and they see themselves doing it. In the moment, it may not come with all of like the trappings and accoutrement of like reality, like the feeling, and you're hearing the actual words and you're feeling the music and you're feeling the emotions that you would in that moment. But it does start to lend itself to, but I'm thinking of what it is I'd like to do. I also have recently become aware that there's some people who don't see pictures in their head. Totally fine. If you can get into the feeling of it, what would I feel like if I could freestyle and enjoyed it? And if your goal is for other people to enjoy it, what would that feel like? Just start literally thinking of the person that you would like to be freestyling, and that'll help a lot. So this has been like a probably like very tangented episode of You Just Freestyled. I'm Rondald James. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next time.
It's quiet, we can get it revved up. I can go a step up, I can just mess up and bring it right back. I got a little something on the stove and it's hot, but it's cold, but it's like that. Every time I reach into the fridge, I come right back with something to drink or something that you take for a nightcap right by your nightstand. I got a nice hand, so I could probably dribble a basketball and shoot from my right hand. Man, I'ma pass it to my dog.
He said that it's not you, but I woke up at 2 and I'm still good. Trying to get back to my crew like I knew I would when they said that it's blue. But I feel like every time I switch the color, then I learn the cue, what I'm supposed to do. Now they want the him and ha, now they want the him and how. I said, well, I'd rather go. No, I don't know Chappelle, but I'd be somewhere where Chappelle be on Easton. That's East Side, no Southwest, my bad beat. AT, like air gear, but have to call back. Cause if I'm floating this fast, then Iki might fall fast. I can't call it Sky King cause they ain't looking me up. It's just the Skype, but Skype P had told me that the one piece was enough. Now not a bathing suit, but if they're bathing in their suit, probably should have held out the water before they got cooked too. And it's just like lobster. Now they're just imposters, then I'm laughing at their fodder, and I won't even falter. Calling up for callers, but I don't get no more orders, and I'm out the wing like baller. Calling back, I don't need ice to shine, man, I'm so bright. I could call them back longer, but gotta hand it